Yeah.
Perfect. Go ahead, Priscilla, when you're ready.
Hi.
Hi, Anna.
Hi,
How you
are you?
doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you very much. Really
Nice.
appreciate you taking the time
Yeah,
to
yeah,
speak with
absolutely.
us.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. You look gorgeous, by the way.
Aw, thank you so much. Thank you.
No, it's true. So that's easy. Right. Let's jump in. You must be exhausted. So I'll try and make this snappy.
No, it's okay. You don't have to make it snappy. It's all good. I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. Okay. I'll start my first question.
Okay.
Can you tell me about how you were cast for this role?
Nikki Yatu had been aware of me, and she reached out to one of the writers on the show that I was on, and his name's Brian Hill. And Brian texted me one day and he's like, so there's this filmmaker that's interested in you. I think she's pretty dope. She might be the next Barry Jenkins. Check out her stuff. And so I think there's some sorry,
Priscilla, we hear some background noise.
Sorry. I'll try go somewhere else where it's quieter.
Oh, it's okay. Sorry, I thought it was coming
Apologies.
from. I thought it was coming from something else. Sorry.
Priscilla, if you just mute yourself while Anna's answering, then you should be fine to stay where you are.
Sorry, is there another room with Wi-Fi here?
We can hear you,
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Network Wi-Fi. I mean, it's another room that's quiet.
Break down.
Yes. Okay, that's fine. Sorry, I just give you somewhere that's quieter.
It's all right. We can hear you okay. If you just mute yourself while Anna's talking, then it should be fine.
Mhm.
Oh, of course, that's
Sorry,
perfect.
I would have kept going. I thought
Okay.
there was another window that's doing that.
Right. Okay, if you could take that question again, and I'm just going to mute myself.
Yeah, sorry, what was the question? One more time?
Apologies. How were you cast for this role?
Yeah, okay. So yeah, Nikki Yatu had reached out to one of the writers on a show I was on, Brian Hill, and he texts me and he says, there's this filmmaker, she's interested in you. She's a fan of your work, check her out. She might be the next Barry Jenkins. And so I watched her short film. It's called Suicide by Sunlight. And I was so impressed by her. I was impressed by the story, the writing, her filmmaking. I just became very excited about her. And I sent all of her stuff to my reps and they're like, okay, yeah, she's really talented. We'll like set you up with a meeting. But then that meeting just never happened. And then a year and a half later, I get Nanny in my inbox. And my agent tells me that they're looking to cast this film, and it was Nikki Yatu. And so I was so excited. I read the script, I fell in love with it. And then I met her and we had a read, and yeah, and a few weeks later I was cast. But I had known about her for a little bit and I was just really, really excited about her. And I'm glad our like full circle moment came with Nanny.
That's fantastic. Can you tell me if you relate to the character, especially since you're of African heritage, and I'm assuming your parents possibly came over, or you came over, or maybe you're, born in America, but your parents may have come over from Senegal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was actually born in Senegal, and my mother, similar to Aisha, moved me here to the States, or moved us to the States when I was 5 years old. And so the story of Aisha is very personal to me because my mother, like Aisha, was just a mother who wanted better for herself and for her child, and made the decision to move to America. And so it's deeply personal to me. I'm very close to my mother. I think she's a brilliant woman. And I've always wanted somehow, some way to be able to tell the story of her. So I was really moved when I read the script. It made me very emotional. Like everyone else in the industry that had read the script, was very, very, very excited about it. The script was on the blacklist. In 2019, it was a script and a story that the entire industry was really buzzed about and really excited about. And when I read it, I completely understood why. And again, on top of it just being excellent storytelling, it was very personal to me, and lots of parallels with my own life and with my mother's life. So it really was like a dream come true to be able to do this role.
That's beautiful. And that's a nice segue into my next question. And that is, how did it feel like to bring your heritage to screen? And whether it was, you know, your cultural dress or the music, and just those details in the background. How was that for you? Did it feel like home?
Yeah, it felt like putting into, you know, it felt like acting out so many of the experiences I've lived in my life. Like, I've gone to the African hair braiding salon. I've gone to the African parties with a bunch of kids and the aunties and the uncles, and all of these moments that are a part of my growing up, I was able to recreate on screen. Nikiatu was able to recreate because she's Sierra Leonean. And that was a really beautiful, cool thing to be able to do. We don't get to see much of that portrayed in film and television. And so that was really cathartic and cool to be able to do. Yeah, it was really great. At one point, Nikiatu teased me because I was always trying to incorporate as much Senegalese, specifically Senegalese character into the scenes as much as possible. I hired a linguist and professor out of Senegal named Katie, and had him work. He worked with me so that we could get the accent right, but he also worked with the character that played my cousin because the actress is Nigerian, and the young boy that plays my son because he's not Senegalese. And so I had him teach them all of sentences and pronunciation, and had him work with them on their accents because I just wanted it to be right. Because again, it's so rare that we're able to depict ourselves on screen. And so given the opportunity, I just wanted it to be right. And I had my mom like make Chebbijen, and I brought that to set and we used that in some of the scenes. So yeah, I just wanted to find as many moments that I could do that as possible. And thank God Nikiatu was so open to it and receptive of it.
Bless you for that, because I know being of Nigerian heritage, we're constantly having jollof wars, really,
Yeah.
all the time, especially with Ghanaians. But we know, I think it originates in Senegal. So we actually
Yeah.
teased it from you. So
Yeah,
I
thank
beg
you for
forgiveness.
admitting that. No,
I know,
it's
it's hard. It's hard for us, but
It's hard for us to admit. That's so funny.
honestly,
I know. It does originate with us, and ours is the best, I think.
I'm
So,
sure it is.
Nigerians do
Ghana is the worst.
plethora of
But
things amazingly too, but yeah.
excellent. Now, did you or you know, from the bat, sense a difference working with a Black female filmmaker versus to the other shows you've been on? I
Yeah.
mean, you obviously you were in Us, so you experienced Jordan Peele and you've experienced horror before. But
Mhm.
do tell me, was there an instant sisterhood or something, or was it just another job?
No, it wasn't just another job. It was a completely separate experience from anything I've done before. I've done at this point over 100 episodes of television before. And in those, I've been directed by a Black female director twice, but it was the same director for happened to be two separate episodes. And it's a really comforting thing to be directed by a Black woman. I was able to trust that I was being lit correctly. I was able to trust that she knows what camera angles and positions are most flattering for me. I was able to trust that if I was looking off in some way, you know, if there was something in my hair or something in the makeup or in the wardrobe, that she would call it out, that she would correct it. I just felt safer. I felt taken care of. I knew I was going to be taken care of. And on top of that, I never worked with a female DP before. There's like so few female DPs. And so there was a comfort in that. Our B camera operator is a Black woman. I've never even seen a Black female camera operator. So all of these things, I mean, I just felt taken care of, and I felt inspired, and I was just amazed to be on that set, to be honest. I'd never seen a lot of what I was seeing as far as the behind the scenes being so diverse.
That's really, really good to hear. I'm just feeling there's some sort of extra appreciation right now for dark-skinned women. Are you sensing that, or is it a trend? You're a model, so you've obviously had to deal with beauty and different standards of beauty. So what would you say is happening right now for dark-skinned actresses?
You asked, is it a trend? And that's an interesting question. I mean, my identity for me personally isn't a trend. My humanity isn't a trend. And I've always very much wanted to express who I am through characters, through acting. And this project specifically gives me the stage to do that. Aisha is so deeply layered and nuanced, and you see so many different facets of her. You see her fall in love. You see her long for her child. You see her navigate a very toxic workplace. You see her be professional with a child that's professional and caring and loving to a child that's not her own. You get to see her in so many different facets, and you get to see a fully realized human being. And we don't get to see that a lot with dark-skinned women. And that meant the world to me. And I know it means the world to other women that look like me, because when you're constantly not seeing yourself anywhere, or your full self anywhere, it's disheartening and it's lonely, and you feel invisible in a lot of ways. So the trend of dark-skinned women, I mean, I don't know, all I can say is I hope we keep moving towards showing people's humanity no matter what they look like, and representing people all over, dark-skinned women, Indian men, Asian, like all over, because we all deserve to be seen, and we're all, yeah, we just all deserve to be seen, you know?
Perfect, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Now, talking about the plots, and especially moments when Aisha seems to be possessed and taken over, did you feel like, you know, that our ancestors were on set, as it were? Did you feel some of the traditional, maybe folklore you may be taught from your background coming through, and also the director's background? Did you feel some of the African spirituality coming through, basically, with the film and the story?
What I felt, and what I said to Nikki Yocto a couple of times on set, was that there was something existing on the set that felt very special, and that was guiding us, and that was protecting us, because we were such a small budget film, and we were filming during the peak of COVID. So any positive case in the red zone, as in like the cast or the main players in the crew, the director, the DP, really could have crippled us. And yet we survived almost the entirety of the shoot without any positive cases in New York. And there were so many moving pieces that just could have easily gone wrong. And so I told her a few times, it just feels like there's something that wants us to make this project. And it felt special. And we could all feel it. There just felt like we were doing something that needed to be done. And we were being guided by something and protected by something bigger than ourselves, really. And that's what I felt as far as, yeah, that's what I felt.
Great. How do you feel the story handled grief, and what was your journey as an actress tapping into those emotions and feelings?
I think it explores the nuances of grief. I think it explores Aisha's loneliness and her depression and her longing for her son, her guilt, her trying to remain professional in her professional workspace, but missing her son, taking care of another person's child and missing her son. It explores so many facets of grief. I think grief shows up in people in different ways. And in Aisha, she internalizes a lot of it. You don't see her speak about much of what she's going through. You just see her internally contending with it and forging ahead and trying to stay focused, trying to get this money, trying to get her son there. So yeah, I think it really explores through Aisha the nuances of what grief look like.
Yes, it was, yeah, heart-wrenching at times. So thank you for drawing us into that. And I want to ask next is the whole power dynamics with Aisha working for the white couple. And when that kiss happened, I'm just really, impressed that she was strong in that moment, that she stood up for herself. Again, how do you relate with certain microaggressions? How do you relate, especially like the Me Too movement as well, with these sort of situations happening again in the workplace, as it were?
At that point in the film, Aisha is being, well, not to give anything away, but she's being guided, I'll say, by something outside of herself. And that thing is instilling a lot of courage in her, a lot of strength in her. And so it moves her to correct him and to stand up for herself. I don't want to give away, what's happening at that point, but yeah, she's at that point fed up in a lot of ways, and this thing is teaching her how to respond to that feeling of being fed up and how to have your dignity and how to not let anyone treat you like you're less than.
Excellent. Now, turning to romance, again, beautiful Black couple, was nice how they came together. Was that good for you? Being that positive, being part of a positive representation of Black love. There was no angst, there was no craziness. He had a steady job. He was his parent as well, all of that.
Yeah, it's again, it's special when we're able to have that on screen and to portray that. And I was so proud of I was so proud of this film that we could do that. The love that they have for each other is healing, and it's kind, and it's honest, and it's joyous, and it's fun. And we don't get to see much of that on screen. So I was really proud that we were able to portray that. And Sinqual Walls, who plays Malik, is the perfect person to embody that role. And he was a kind of levity for me, because all of the scenes outside of him are quite heavy and quite dark, and emotionally, tough. And so whenever I would have scenes with him, it just felt like a breath of fresh air and like a relief. And that's what Malik was for Aisha too. And I hope that we all find someone in our life that gives us that kind of levity and peace and comfort and safety. And I'm really happy for Aisha that she had that in this, because she's otherwise contending and dealing with some tough things.
Thank you so much. We're gonna have to wrap up soon. So 2 quick things I want to ask you. If you could do a shout out to the New Black Film Collective,
Yeah.
that would be awesome.
The
And
Black Film Collective.
yes, the New Black
Okay.
Film Collective.
Yeah. Do I do it to camera?
Yes, please.
Okay. Is it something specific? Is this what's playing before the screening?
Yes.
So I maybe should say something about the film or thank them for watching.
Yes, enjoy Nanny or something like that, or what you hope for Nanny.
Okay.
Say who you play as well.
Sorry.
Say who you play as well.
Okay.
A little bit about her.
Okay. And I'll just do it straight here.
Take Z.
Okay, sweet. Hello, my name is Anna Diop. I play Aisha in Nanny. Thank you so much for watching this film. I hope that you enjoy it. I'm so excited to hear what you think about it afterwards, and enjoy. Thank you. Okay, I'll try it again.
Yeah, that was good though.
So introduce myself. Thank you for screening Nanny. Okay. Oh yeah, the New Black Film Collective.
Yeah,
Is that how I should say it? Hey, New Black. Yeah, okay.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Hello to the New Black Film Collective. My name is Anna Diop. I play Aisha in Nanny. Thank you so much for screening this film. I'm so excited for you to see it. Please let us know what you think of it afterwards, and enjoy. Thank you.
Perfect. That was great.
Yeah.
And then was there something else you wanted her to do?
Perfect. And I think, Priscilla, you have one more shout out you'd like Anna to do. Is that correct?
Maybe we lost Priscilla.
I think she was having.
We might have lost her. So I believe that the shout out was for the Rain Dance Film Festival. Again, it will be playing before the screening.
Yes, we're back now. When you're ready.
So I do the same exact thing you said, but for the rain dance.
For Rain Dance, to the Rain Dance Film Festival. Okay. Hello to the Rain Dance Film Festival. My name is Anna Diop. I play Aisha in Nanny. Thank you so much for screening this film. I'm so excited for you to see it. Please let us know what you think afterwards. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so, so much for your time. I wish you all the best for this film and your career. God
Thank
bless you. You're
so
beautiful.
much, Priscilla. Lovely to meet you. Thank you. Thank you
Bye.
so much.
God bless.
Thank you. Thanks, Priscilla.
All right. Thanks, Katie.
Thanks, Jake. Thank you. Thanks, Anna.
Bye.